Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina, and this is my porch, and I'm being inspired to give you guys another message today. So here goes. What the government doesn't want you to know. Oh, I meant to research. That's okay. So does anyone find it interesting that we have fast food in hospitals? Does anyone find it interesting that our nation as America is like the sickest in the world, yet more countries are following closely behind when you have things like McDonald's so easily accessible, Burger King? There's been many studies, there's been many documentaries done where like you take McDonald's food and you leave it out on the counter and it never dies. Like it never goes away. So it's basically plastic that you're putting into your body. And so whether you agree or don't, the science is really there. They just don't want you to find it. So a whole foods plant-based diet is curing multiple illnesses. They're doing this at the Barnard Medical Center in Washington, D.C. Those illnesses are cardiac disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, rheumatoid arthritis, and I feel like they're migraines. Those were what they were working on back in 2016. And I contacted them trying to tell them about my story and how I suddenly was able to go off bipolar medication after 3 different physicians across the country, Johns Hopkins, University of Washington, and Duke, told me I would die if I went off my medication. I was also 220 pounds, so I was obese and going towards morbidly obese. I was type 2 pre-diabetic with higher blood sugars. I had hypertension. I was often 140s over 80s and sick and tired. Well, here I sit today, 4 years later. My anniversary date of going to a whole foods plant-based diet is September 12th, 2016. So we're going on 4 years, and it's coming up a lot in my mind and in my brain, and there's a lot of connections that we're not making because of the programming and the brainwashing that's going on within our media. Stop watching the news. Stop scrolling through Facebook. Stop scrolling through anything that's negative and talking about any of the fighting and stuff that's going on. Stop. You're adding to the problem. You're giving it energy. Stop. So aside from that... McDonald's is directly, not just McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, any type of fast food, and any place that uses like Cisco food products in their restaurants, any place that's really just filling their foods full of fat, soil, meat, dairy, and eggs are not really helping you. They're hurting you. They're causing you illness. So when I eat the way that y'all eat and the way that I used to eat, I'm bipolar. I will be cardiac disease qualified. I will be diabetic qualified, especially now that I'm 35 and back then I was 31. So, and I'm obese when I eat that way. So that's my disease process. And everybody has a different disease process because everybody has different genetics. Yes, I understand that. However, when you put junk into your body's going to respond based on your genetic issues. People talk about, well, I was born with such and such chromosomal disease, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you were born that way, or your kid was born that way, or whatever is happening because your body's toxic to begin with. There's going to be genetic mutation happening within the mother and within the cells from both the male and the female because their bodies are toxic. Your body is not working to its optimum capacity in whatever way, shape, or form. So yes, you're going to have genetic mutation. If you look at the amount of issues human women have giving birth compared to any other species on the planet, it's astronomically higher. And I couldn't figure it out before. And then I realized it's because of diet. Hello. And then I realized, oh, dogs and cats oftentimes are now having similar genetic diseases coming up into their systems. Well, they're eating the same food that you're eating, but in such much worse category or quality level. So like the meat that you eat that's grade A, they're eating the grade Z. They're eating the grade F. They're eating the shit of the shit. And it's processed up into little bits. And so that's why cats are getting cancer. That's why they're getting diabetes. That's why dogs, all the same thing. It's all related to diet. So they don't want you to know this, because if you start turning on to this, if you start making the changes within your life, you then break away from the system and you no longer adhere to what they want you to do. So like by going this lifestyle, we're no longer like feeding into the consumerism to the extent that we were before. We don't go to Burger King, McDonald's, Sonic, Dairy Queen and buy massive amounts of styrofoam containers. We very rarely go out to eat because oftentimes we don't feel good afterwards because they're not taking the same precautions that we do at home. I don't eat any refined sugar, and when I do eat refined sugar from other places, it makes me feel bad again. Like, it's that simple. What you put into your body is what's gonna be put out from your body. And yeah, so the government doesn't want you to know that you can heal yourself, that you're capable of changing the fuel that you're putting into your body so that your body has something healthy and colorful to use. So like, we eat fruits and vegetables, they're full of color. Our lives are growing into this place full of color. Beautiful things are happening within our lives. So like, it doesn't just extend to your physical health, it extends to everything else that's around you. I still feel the darkness. I totally, I resonated in the darkness the last 2 days, but I'm able to pick my ass up and keep moving, and I'm painting like crazy today. I just gave myself the time to feel the emotions and deal with it, and then allow myself to grow and move forward. But I wanted to share this message with you today because they don't want you to know that you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself with food, and it's happening. Check out the Barnard Medical Center. Check out Dr. Neil Barnard. Check out Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.org. Check out the Game Changers. Check out, man, Forks Over Knives. I was reading through their magazine last night. Like, that's just giving you an amazing, you could like start a restaurant with that, with that magazine. Amazing options and different choices, and giving you the science that's behind it, and giving you people that have gone through it and have changed their lives drastically. And so a lot of people also try this way of life and say, oh, it didn't work for me, and they throw it away. It's not going to work overnight. You have beat the shit out of your body for X number of years that you've been alive. That shit doesn't happen overnight for you, my friend. It takes years. So I'm on year 4, and I still go through times where I like have to recognize you're not doing the best that you could be for your body, even not eating meat, dairy, or eggs. There's still times that like it's all a transformation process, and it's not overnight. There are detox symptoms that go along with this journey where Chris and I stopped at the same time. We all went cold turkey September 12th. And starting like 2 months in, we had such severe foot pain that lasted for like 3 months. 3 months. And I was just like, no, keep going forward. Keep going forward. Don't stop. If you need to take Advil, take it, but don't stop. Like, we have to get through this. When you think about it, all of the metals and toxins that you're ingesting through medication, gravity pulls it down. And my friend said to me it would make sense that all those meds that you took all of those years would just be settled in your feet. All the shit that Chris ate, like he would eat Hungry Man's like it was his job. So yeah, it's worth the change. It's worth the time. It's worth the energy, because life feels so much better when you do. I've now been medication free since October 16th, 2016, from lithium, Wellbutrin, Adderall, fish oil supplements, a daily vitamin, Tylenol and Motrin around the clock because of the pain, and opioids. I have relapsed on opioids, but for more mental, spiritual reasons than anything physical. I broke a vertebrae, broke my sternum in 2 places. I have 5 herniated discs, 1 totally degenerated. So supposedly this was a decade and a half ago now. But at that point was degenerative disc disease without any fluid left in it. So that causes a lot of pinching of the nerves, less flexibility, all of those things. I come out on my porch and do yoga whenever I want. And sometimes I skip a week and I still don't have any pain afterwards. And I'm able to do splits and headstands and handstands and back bends and eagle pose and all the twisties. without issue and without pain. And there was a time I couldn't get out of bed. So what are you waiting for? Like, change your life, change everything around you by what you're putting into your body. And if you're scared and you don't know how to take the plunge, please contact me. I will help you. I will do it from a very non-judgmental perspective. And this information is free. If people want to donate, you could, like, I have a PayPal, but like, it's not, I just need to tell y'all so that they leave me alone upstairs. Yeah, if you need help, email nakedladymandalas@gmail.com. Naked Lady Mandala's direct messenger on Facebook or Instagram. I'm available through those modalities. So if y'all want help, I'm here to help you. You just have to be the ones to make the change. I can't do it for you. This is the last painting that I created, and my daughter Lulu painted the background, and it's for sale if anybody's interested. It's acrylic, it's a 16 by 20, and it's a reused canvas to help decrease waste. So yeah, peace, love, and namaste, guys. Adios.